Welcome to the Strongcast. My name is Sawyer Sweetman, your host, and I'm here with Amanda Kahatsu, better known as Haparican, which earlier we found out that is a cross between a Japanese and a
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, that's right. We learned that earlier. All right, let's dive right in. We haven't done a podcast in a while. I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, thank you.
It's been much longer for me, trust me.
Has it really? When was your last podcast?
At least 2 months ago.
Who was it with?
So probably the future's female powerlifting. So it's a obviously girls powerlifting podcast. It was pretty cool. It's a friend of mine who does it too.
Oh, really? What's her name?
Heidi. She lives in she's like a military wife. So I think she lives in Arkansas right now. But she's a powerlifter and
I gotta
a
check her out.
coach. Yeah.
She's
it's a cool
good?
podcast. It was cool. I was with all of my friends, a bunch of my friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Shout out Krispy Kreme.
Unlike here,
Sierra Lifts.
You're just here, new,
Just
met
me.
us. You're
I'm
just
a little
killing
nervous.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
by
right.
myself.
Yeah, you're just killing it.
Just out here.
All right. Let's dive right in.
Okay.
This is
Where are we diving?
This is an all new format. We're diving in, so we're gonna have rapid fire questions. We're gonna call it lightning round.
Oh, okay.
Now, some of these might be slightly inappropriate. If you find any of them inappropriate, just know that Maritza made those ones up.
Okay.
Okay. Ice cream or cookies? This is lightning round, girl. You gotta think fast.
Cookies if they're hot and fresh, but otherwise ice cream.
Very nice. Favorite movie?
Oh my God. Swingers? Any Quentin Tarantino movie.
Fantastic. Favorite color?
There is no favorite color. Black. It's just black.
Wow, dark, very dark. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. 100%.
Very nice. What kind of
You
dogs?
guys, I'm podcasting. I'm on my live too.
Oh,
what kind of
sweet.
dogs?
Yeah, what kind of dogs?
All dogs. Pit bulls, bull terriers, French bulldogs.
Mean dogs.
Not mean. Bulldogs are not mean. I don't think. Don't
Okay,
be
favorite
scared.
kind of music?
80s and 80s punk rock followed by 90s hip hop, but it's very
Wow.
specific
You're
to
kidding
time
me.
frame.
90s hip hop.
Yes, sir. New York or Bay Area to be exact. But
Like
I like
Biggie
LA.
and Tupac?
Well, that's like top line, you know. Like I'll throw a softball, like Tribe Called Quest, you know.
Okay.
Like that's a good one. Hieroglyphics.
Okay.
Shout out to anybody who likes old people hip hop.
Next question. Winter or summer?
Oh my, people can't hear me. Winter, summer all the way.
Summer. Most girls are all about summer, right?
Yeah, for
Work
sure.
hard or play hard?
Work hard in the things that you love to do, and you don't have to really work hard.
Beautiful, beautiful answer. Biggest pet peeve?
They can't hear me. Biggest pet peeve.
Lightning round.
Liars.
Liars. Okay.
Liars. Nobody can hear me on my live.
What about people that just come into your warehouse and just destroy the bathroom?
I didn't do
Brand-
that to you. Are you trying to point
No,
the finger at me?
it wasn't. It was Brandon. I was just
Ooh,
trying to think of something
ooh,
funny.
You nasty.
Oh, yeah, he tore it up, man. It
Anybody
was
who comes and
ruthless.
shits in my house first visit, they're not my real friend. They're a fake
Within
friend.
you don't shit within the first 5
No,
minutes.
yeah. And if a guy you're dating
You gotta give it
shits
some
on the
time.
first date in your crib, yeah, he don't like you.
Like the movie Along Came Mary? Or
Oh. what's that
Along
movie
Came
called?
Polly?
No, yeah, Along Came Polly. You seen it?
I got really high in a movie theater back in like '98 when
Damn,
that
that
came
was
out.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah, you saw that in the theaters. Damn.
yeah, I'm
was
older
a
than
funny
you
movie.
guys.
Just a little
I
bit.
think I made out with someone in that
Oh
movie
my
theater.
goodness,
So I don't remember
wow.
that movie.
Oh, it's Jennifer Aniston.
Yes, I know that part.
He like grabs her.
I wonder,
This is my podcast.
girl,
All right.
pictures.
Lightning round. Okay, blonde, brunette, or redhead?
Black or brown.
Okay. That's that Haparican, you know.
I'm all about the
That's your
black hair, but
style.
I like blondies too, guys.
Blonde. I like blonde myself. If you had a spirit animal, what would it be?
Oh my god.
Lightning round, girl.
Oh, a rhino.
rhino?
Yeah, like a rhino or a hippo. Something like that. Something like heavy and slow.
A spirit
you know?
animal. So say you were to die and you're going to be reincarnated. You want to be a rhino.
Well, that wouldn't be
You're going to
that
be getting
bad.
poached. People are going to be.
Oh, you're right.
You
want to
be a rhino.
I don't want to be a rhino.
Okay.
You're right.
I'll give you one chance to change.
If I were to, I would be a dolphin.
Ah, fantastic.
Can you guys hear me?
You know, dolphins have like very complex language.
Yeah, they do.
Even different dialects from dolphins in different places.
Yes, I know that. That's why I would want it to be my spirit animal.
All right,
but
very good
also
then.
because they ward off like sharks and stuff like that. So they're like
That's what they say.
they're like majestic and badass, but also
Mm-hmm.
they I think are the only mammals underwater that have sex for pleasure. So, or am I looking at that camera? So
Yeah, that's the one.
That's mostly why.
Nice. When we were where were we? We were just in the Bahamas.
South?
We saw a dead dolphin. It was a shipwreck. It was an underwater shipwreck, and there was a dead dolphin in there. And then as we're
is
like,
horrible.
we're up on it, we're touching it and stuff. My fucking GoPro died on the dive before this. I wish I could literally pop the footage up and show it to you. It was very graphic.
I know that makes
And
me sad.
It was
Please
crazy. Well, he was dead for a while. It was insane. I have no idea how he was in the shipwreck and he was dead. Yeah. And
This is awful.
as we're there, some tiger sharks come swimming through. Tiger sharks are not the friendly kind.
No.
They come swimming through, and we have to get out of the water. And then we went back to the dive shop, and then some other divers went back, heard about the dolphin, and the tiger sharks went back, got it on video, ripping up this dead dolphin. Crazy. Now, this isn't like an animal rights. I mean, the dolphin was dead. Sharks got to eat.
right.
So
I'm a little mortified, but that's all right. It's fine. We're good.
it was fair enough, though.
Yeah, that's just the nature,
was
the
wild.
order of things, right?
I mean, if I was going to watch a shark eat a dolphin, I'm happy it was dead, you know? I wouldn't want to see it.
For sure.
For the record. Okay. I'm
Agreed.
not a dolphin killer.
Now
I
they're
love
gonna
dolphins.
come for you now. You
We
know
saw
that,
another
right?
dolphin that was alive down there, too,
Okay,
so
you're-
we don't
yeah.
discriminate. Okay. One superpower. What would it be?
Superpower, flying, or reading people's minds. But definitely, probably flying, dude. I would say flying. I want to get the fuck out of here all the time. So
Yeah, flying would be fantastic. You know what? If you really want to fly, that one's not that far-fetched because you could do something called paramotoring. You know what paramotoring
I have
is?
no idea.
It's literally you have a backpack that's a big fan, and then you have a parachute,
Oh, okay, yeah,
and you
yeah.
run off the sand or off the beach or off wherever, and then you start flying. It's insane.
I've seen it. I have seen it. I didn't know what that was called. But here's the thing. If I had a superpower to fly, let's say when my mom was asking me some ridiculous question, I would just fly. I would
Just strap
like,
your
just
paramotor
literally
up and just peace out.
just straight up. I wouldn't even have to like run. I
That's
would just
true.
like Superman up in the air. Superman that hoe.
Flying, very
AKA
nice.
my mother.
That's
That's
okay.
sad.
This guy's paramotoring right
Yeah,
here.
no, I've seen it. I've
Oh
seen
my
it.
goodness, it's crazy. He's
Only
basically
only
sitting
the
up there.
coolest guys do that too.
Yeah, Maritza wants to go. That's insane.
Let's go.
This
I
is the
wanna go.
lightning round. Okay, alcohol or weed?
Obviously weed. I'm high right now.
Boobs or butt?
I mean, all are fair game. I have neither very much of, but I would take butt. I would take butt for sure. If my boyfriend's watching, he knows. He's got a huge donk, so. Yeah. Huge.
Huge dong or donk?
Both. Sawyer.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Are you listening, babe?
All right, moving forward. Have you ever thought about how you would get away with a murder?
Yeah.
Same. I think
For
everyone's
sure.
thought about
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Definitely.
How would you do it?
That's the thing. I just couldn't think about getting
I'll tell you how to
away
do
with
it right now. How to Get Away with Murder by Sawyer Sweetman.
Okay.
You
Here we go.
basically just pick someone up, and I mean, you take them out in the middle of nowhere, and you kill them, and then you could like put them in the ocean or bury them in the desert.
The
No one would
body
ever
always
know.
comes back. Sawyer.
The body would never come
The
back.
body
No one would ever
always
know.
comes back. Look,
No one would. They just disappear. Here's the thing. They didn't get murdered. They just disappeared.
but if they have people that really like them, I feel like they're gonna investigate this a little bit more. Now, the person I wanted to kill,
That's-
isn't that crazy? It was like timing. It was like perfect timing. The camera just went. The camera even knew this is probably not right, bitch. Bitch, don't say what you're gonna say.
Is that still rolling? That's good.
I mean, probably the person I wanted to kill the most that I actually ever thought about it. He probably like his parents liked him, but like nobody else liked him. So it probably would have been like maybe I could have got away with it.
I think even if people care about him, you act
Really?
like nothing happened. You're just fuming up inside. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Nothing. Act like nothing ever
But
happened.
then what about alibis?
Yo, bro, you want to go on a cruise? Brandon, you want to just hop in? Let's go for a little photo shoot, bro. And then,
all right, this is getting we gotta
too
fill in
far,
these
too
holes.
far.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's what podcasts are for, is for getting extra weird, because life isn't weird enough, you know? What's it like if you were to work in an office place? You can't talk
I don't
about
even
murdering
remember
people.
that.
It's not acceptable.
That's why I don't work in an office. Fuck that. I work in the gym and I talk to a bunch of meatheads all day. And mostly they talk about like their penises and stuff like that.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Just a
Pretty
little
much.
bit.
Like,
I mean, it's a very like male dominant environment.
yo,
but
bro, how big's your dick?
I roll, no, not me. But they're constantly talking about things where I don't think they think I'm there. And then I just kind of
you're
roll by and
one of them.
pretend I don't. I mean, I don't think any woman is really one of the guys.
Absolutely.
But I definitely think that I'm sometimes just, you know, I'm like wallpaper. They just forget about me. And so I'll walk by and I'll be like, oh, Jesus. I did not want to hear that. I'm going to just, all right, play that off. Like that
That's
didn't
how you know
happen.
you're good friends.
That's true. That's true.
Have you ever kissed a girl?
Yes. Just one, though. Isn't that so boring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maritza, keep it down over there.
See, I dropped out of college, though. Maybe if I finished that 4th year, I would
you
have
might
hit
not
that.
even, you'd probably be a lesbian.
I'd probably
Could've.
just be a full lesbian. You're right. That's the difference. I didn't finish college.
Brad Pitt or Matthew McConaughey?
Neither. But Matthew
my God, what are you talking
McConaughey
about?
likes peyote and he likes to trip and stuff. So I think he'd be like a good time guy. It's like I definitely hang out with him, but like I would not fuck either of them. Or am
You
I
don't have to
attracted?
fuck them.
Okay,
I'm
good.
just
like
saying
most people,
actor-wise.
most women when they hear like Brad Pitt, it's like oh. But I feel like Brad Pitt's really old now.
He's getting old. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Like-
and Angelina. They're both getting old.
Yeah. No offense. You know, I mean, not that they would be offended. They're millionaires.
I
and
just meant
stuff,
like
but-
movies. As far as actors go. I should have put
Brad
that
Pitt,
question
then, and
right
Fight
under
Club.
the movie. Yeah, that was a good
like
one.
Fight Club negates anything that
Matthew McConaughey.
could
Brad
have
Pitt
done. But
is
Dallas
fantastic.
Buyers Club
That was a
like
banger.
super insane.
Do you like
that
watching
was-
movies?
Yes, I definitely used to be like a film
Oh, really?
buff when I was younger.
Do you ever
for
get
sure.
time, or you just like don't have time as a thing? Pass me that thing over there.
No, I don't really. I haven't watched a lot of like movies, films, like not just like
Mm-hmm.
big. Like I go to like the movies to watch like Marvel movies lately.
I'm just saying, are you sitting around looking for movies to watch?
Nah.
Because I got a list for
I
you if you
mean,
need one.
yeah, if you got a Netflix list, I'm gonna take it.
I'm working on it right now.
For sure.
It's at the bottom. I'm going to publish it. But one really good one that just made the list,
Yeah.
brand new, just came out, Matthew McConaughey
Hit me.
movie. It's called The Beach Bum.
Never heard of it.
Oh my God, it was fantastic. It was
Really?
absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's a Matthew McConaughey.
He's into
movie.
Matthew McConaughey. Look at his face. He's like, you didn't
Him and his
tell
girlfriend
me
fall
Matthew
asleep to
McConaughey."
Matthew McConaughey making funny sounds. If
What?
if we're gonna find a little
Oh,
clip
you have the
and play
Calm app,
it. Yep.
and it's got Matthew McConaughey on it. That's kind of hot.
It sounded funny, but
I mean, cool, but sort of hot. Because Matthew McConaughey has a cool voice. He does.
oh my God.
It's a great voice. I'm not saying he's not great, but like once Brad Pitt did Fight Club, that's like game
They're
over.
both just kill the game.
Yeah, that was a
What
tough
about Leo?
question.
Leo.
Yeah,
Wolf of Wall
I
Street.
heard he's a dick.
No, Leo
Yes.
couldn't possibly be a dick.
I heard he's a complete
I
piece
do
of
know.
shit.
I do know
But Wolf
that.
of Wall Street was a good movie.
I do know he's all about save the wildlife and stuff. He's always doing stuff
Yes.
promoting like save the planet and this and that.
And
I
like
love that.
global warming and stuff like that. Yeah. I think he's cool, but he has like a clause in his contracts everywhere he goes, whatever those are called. I'm not famous, so I don't know, but like that people can't look him in the eye.
Bullshit.
Swear to God, look it up, buddy.
What happens? You just like turn to stone or something?
I don't know.
It's like for their own
I've never
safety,
been that
possibly
rich,
though.
Sawyer, so I don't know.
When you get that rich, you turn people to stone.
Yeah.
I hope to be there one day.
Basically, just turn everybody into statues.
I'll just put that as in my bio
Like
on my
the
Instagram.
Queen
Just
of
don't look
Hearts.
me in the eye.
Yeah,
You'll
like the
turn to
Queen of Hearts
stone.
and
It's
Alice
for
in
your own
Wonderland.
safety. Okay, moving on. What was the worst thing? These are long forms now.
Okay,
What was the worst thing you did when you were a kid?
a child.
Let's say from six to like 17. You're a kid.
Sorry, I was not a good kid, so
Oh my
that's
goodness,
like
we're gonna have some good stories here.
Yeah,
This
like,
is a long
I'm-
form, girl.
I have like
Let's
a-
get it going.
I have like a juvenile record. So like the worst thing
What city
was
did
like
you grow up in?
cocaine, probably.
What city did you get busted for that?
Multiple times, yeah.
Oh.
Uh huh.
Greatest story you could possibly tell, though. Like the one thing where it's like, that was so crazy. The police were there. Someone got punched in the face. They were bleeding. It was crazy.
I mean, well, the last fight I ever
Craziest
got
thing.
in was like 2003.
You would fuck someone up. I would not want to fight
I
you.
was
Even
scrappy.
myself.
This was before I lifted weights, but like the last fight I got in was in West Hollywood. I was just telling the story the other day. I was in West Hollywood at a club called the Troubadour, and I was at a punk show. And a bunch of my friends, we come out of the venue and we're ambushed by a bunch of like neo-Nazi skinheads. And it proceeded to be like the biggest riot I had seen in like
They never met a Haparican before. They didn't know
Oh,
what they were
dude,
getting
I
into.
had my ass handed to me.
Oh, really?
I beat up one girl. I felt like a badass, right? I was like, dude, she knocked out. I knocked her out. This is it. That's the wrap. I didn't realize there was a riot outside. So I beat up this one girl because I got ambushed like right outside the door. I walk a few steps onto Santa Monica Boulevard, and the entire street is blocked off by people fighting.
Damn.
No cars could come through either way.
Santa Monica Boulevard?
Santa Monica Boulevard, right in front of the Troubadour. If you're from LA, you know where that is. But no cars could come either way. It was completely stopped. Cops couldn't even get through.
What year was that?
2003.
Oh, damn.
I was just a wee baby.
You're talking about some shit from the deep past. I was like
were like
7
5,
years old.
yeah.
I was like 7 years old.
And I gotta go now because I'm gonna kill myself because I feel old. But yeah, so
No, you're not that old, though.
I
It's the thing.
saw-
But you are talking about some shit like 2002.
yeah, I was like 17, 18.
Okay.
I was like
okay.
18,
You're
right?
10 years older than me.
Yeah, so I was 18 at the time, and I saw like my friend was sitting on a bus bench, like just trying to stay out of the shit, and he was drunk, clearly, slumped over on the bus bench, and I see this like skinhead dude straight up take a bottle and just crash it on my friend, and my friend fall over like literally like a bum
The
in the street,
fuck?
just like fell over and just passed out, and I was stuck in it, and you literally had to like fight your way out of it.
Fuck.
That was probably one of the craziest stories.
That sounds like the movie Hotel Artemis, which has also just
never
made my
seen
list.
that.
It's another.
All right, text me the
it's
list.
set in L.A. It's like in a post-apocalyptic L.A. and it's a hotel that this old lady runs, which is like a hotel for the criminals that are operating in the city.
That's crazy.
It's fucking pretty good. Pretty good. Okay,
Send me that shit.
how much time do we have on these cameras? I'm gonna try to keep it like 30 minutes. 30 minutes flies by. We've done these for like 3 hours. Oh, it's at 21 minutes. Wow.
That's good.
Okay, yeah. Click that one now. We're just going to click. These cameras only record for 30 minutes, so we have to stop it
Okay.
and then start. That's why. Just make sure it's recording, because I'm going to ask my favorite question.
I'm excited.
I have a couple more that are kind of like, but my favorite questions, I like the deep stuff myself. I like the deepest stuff, personally. Okay, my very favorite question.
Yes.
This is what I think all the time. Like, if you woke up and had 300 million in your bank account, what would you do? How would your life change? 300 mil. This is not a small number.
No, that's huge.
It's a big fucking number.
That's huge. You know, I am not extremely smart with money, so I
Don't have to be.
I probably would. And anyone who's listening who follows me knows that my boyfriend, my partner, is a lot smarter than me. So I probably would consult with him before I do anything. But I'm sure we would take a large portion of that in different various ways and invest into something that would
You don't
help.
even need to invest.
Yeah,
At this point.
At this point, you could do it
300 million,
yourself.
you don't
Probably
need
would
to.
create schools. Probably would create maybe a program to help kids bridge.
What
from
would you
school to
really
college.
do? Think about it. You wake up. There's
You want
300
me to
mil.
say like some crazy like
What
rich
would you do if you
person?
woke up? Say you're in a dream right now. You're dreaming. You wake up. Boom. 300 mil. It's like so many zeros. It's like I can't even count all these zeros.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, like you basically have like the GDP of like a state. So.
You could basically jump in a helicopter, jump in a plane, go anywhere you want. Anything.
Yeah, I
Buy a
mean,
beach.
I
Go
would,
and
I would
hop in your
definitely
helicopter,
buy a huge piece of property.
Go
to
buy
get
a
the
little
fuck away
beach.
from everyone.
Spend like 10 mil, buy a little island, and just say, yeah.
Maybe not an island,
You could
but
get in
definitely like
a helicopter. Just fly to an island, buy it, poop on it, fly back. Anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely like a very, very, very secluded space of land to not have to like speak to anyone. I always talk about this on my story, actually, now that you mention it. I always talk about sitting
What's
in
the dream?
traffic.
Yeah.
I will like I'll story and I'll tell my audience like, dude, I still just can't wait to like buy a compound. So I think the first thing I would do is buy like some huge amount of land and be able to like have a warehouse for whatever I'm creating, whatever that is, who cares? Like have multiple homes on it for me and my friends, have like multiple gyms and stuff like that, and never have to leave my compound. Thank God for the internet.
How many feet are we? How many square feet?
How many
are we talking?
acres?
How many acres are we talking?
Yeah, like at least like, I mean, we have 300 million, so we could buy at least, you know.
Which state are you buying this in? Cali?
I'm a California person,
Okay,
so
good.
there goes my real estate price like completely. but
300 acres?
At least 100 acres.
Okay.
You know,
It's a good compound.
it's a pretty good compound.
I want to get 10 acres in Murrieta, and that's a good compound.
That's a great space.
It's crazy.
That's a great space.
Okay.
I mean, my brother lives on 3. And
Give me more. Give me more. What else? You just woke up. You have 300 mil.
I mean, shit myself first. I don't know. I've never.
Would you
had,
go to your office and say, "Fuck off, motherfuckers"?
I don't have an office. I work for myself, so I would
Alright,
just
alright.
expand that probably.
You only work for yourself.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm living my
Congratulations.
own little dream, right?
Well, how long has that been going on for?
Just for a year. I just rounded my
Nice.
first year of like being out of a gym. I used to be like a fancy gym trainer, Equinox, you know.
I remember when Equinox like started popping up. I remember seeing their signs and stuff. It's like 3-4 years ago.
When they came to the West Coast. They've been an
Oh.
East Coast sort of company for a long time. But I was with them for a while, and I finally just sort of made the leap for trainers. That's a huge
What
deal.
happened? What happened there?
Powerlifting happened. Yeah, like I competed in powerlifting, and I somehow, so in the gym, in Equinox, like fancy gym, if anybody doesn't know, super fancy,
What are the
$200-$300,
memberships? Yeah.
$200-$300
Yeah.
a month. Some of the gyms are up to like $5,000 a month. You got fancy trainers. We get paid, you know, $200 an hour, stuff like that. I was having a tough time getting clients in there because I'm sort of a big bodied chick, and like I'm strong and I have a little bit of a masculine energy, and I mean, it's a he. But and so when I finally started powerlifting, influx of attention to me, even, you know, my account was like, what, 100 followers, like maybe 1,000 followers. And then all of a sudden you just start to get all of these, especially female followers who want to learn about lifting. And I've been doing it forever, but nobody knew who I was until I went and competed. And then I just started picking up clients off Instagram or offline, and I was like, wow, I'm making almost as much money as I am at Equinox. And cut to like maybe a year into doing both, I was just like, fuck it, let's just go.
Do you remember the day you quit? Were you nervous?
No.
You were ready.
No.
You were
Yeah,
amped.
I was into it.
I remember
mean,
quitting my job.
Yeah, I quit Equinox even like 6 months before I went fully alone, because I quit Equinox, and I went to Barbell Brigade, which everybody knows in LA, or everybody knows in the world where Barbell Brigade is. I started training there pretty much full time, and then I did that for 6 months, a year, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna online train, and that's the moment. Like I think it was
How many years ago was that?
that was this past year, so that was end of 2018.
The online training thing is ridiculous.
And it wasn't right away. It took a while for me to build, and now it's like, whoa, I can't believe this. I can't believe I don't have to ever work in the gym if I don't want to. I still want to because it's fun, but I don't have to do it as much as I used to, and I don't have to. I work for absolutely no one, which
I
is
love that.
sick.
You're the
yeah.
boss.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
We're a couple of bosses just hanging
Couple
out.
of bosses, just a couple of young, lightweight bosses.
it's the absolute good life, I'm telling you.
You're bossier than me, but I'm not that bossy.
You're pretty bossy. I think you have the boss potential. That's for sure. I didn't know that
I
you were fully
appreciate it.
self-employed. I love that. I love that 100%.
the only way to be, dude.
It's
No,
I
no
remember-
disrespect to people that have regular jobs.
no,
though.
but I remember I had a regular job. I was a plumber for a couple of years. I was
That's
a plumber's
awesome.
apprentice, or I should just call it what it is. I was a plumber's bitch.
You were a
okay?
bitch boy, yeah.
Woo.
Yep.
I
yep.
did all the shit that people didn't want to do. So I did that. I remember doing it for 8 hours, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And it was like a prison in there. It
Yeah.
was fucking the worst. So
I've been lucky. I have to say, like, because anybody who knows me, if they hear this, would laugh. Because I've never had a really hard job. I did makeup through high school. I went to makeup school after high school. And I was elevated into the cosmetic industry, cosmetic branding, really fast. Like 1920, I was moved from LA to San Francisco to be an executive for a cosmetic company. And it just kind of rolled from there. So branding and marketing, that aspect of it, and management, So I've never had like a shit job, you know what I mean? Like it went from like doing makeup for TV and stuff like that to working for these brands and getting to travel around the country at like 20, 21. Before I could even like really rent a car, I was flying and traveling to New York, Miami, Chicago, Seattle, Portland like every week. And I had accounts in every city. I had a great job. I left it because it was super unfulfilling and I wanted to try training as a career, which is also a fun job. They're all fun jobs. I never was a plumber. I don't have like a cool story like I was a plumber. Fuck. I wish I did. Like rags to riches. Not that I'm riches now, but like
could be.
Rags to freedom.
Next
you
year.
know?
Yeah, I mean
Like,
freedom.
freedom is rich to me. Like that's wealth. Like just not having to answer to anybody.
I chase money pretty hard, but at the end of the day, I'm most happy just being free. That's for sure.
For sure.
That's
especially like
definitely
we were talking about earlier, like being able to just say whatever the fuck we want.
That's the biggest one. Is I
That's
don't want to ever be
huge,
restricted
'cause
like that.
In corporate jobs, I definitely had trouble
Being
with that.
restricted by others is pretty rough.
I used to have to like I have to like wear a certain thing when I was working for brands, right? And I'd have to speak a certain way. Dude, I hated it. Every time I'd come home and I just want to like shit fuck, bleh, you know? Like,
I feel you 100%. That's a big motivator for sure.
Yep.
I still think back and it's like a fucking prison. Just that whole life. It scares me, honestly. Still scares me.
That fear
I'm
will
driven
drive
by
you.
fear.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I gotta work. I don't want to go back. I'm pretty far away from going back now, but I still think about it, you know?
For sure.
It's all there, little whispers.
It
still,
keeps you
time to
fresh.
time. Yep, absolutely. I like to be super hard on myself. Keeps me super fresh. I don't like anyone thinking that I do. People come in, they're like, "Oh, you're doing so good," and I'm like, "No, don't say this." Like, I like to be around people that are like doing huge things, really impressive things, and someone that I could look up to and go, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not doing." Because then it propels you forward. You know, if someone's like, "Oh, you're a god," it's like you're doing so good. It's like, "Oh, well, I should just chill and be fanned by a fucking leaf."
Yeah, motivation is out the door. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, same thing in the strength community. Like people know that I have a shit ton of extremely talented, strong friends. And no disrespect to any people that aren't stronger than me, but in my personal circle of friends and my training partners, I like to keep people that are as strong as me, but potentially exponentially stronger than me.
Right.
You know, if you're the strongest person in the room.
Like a bitch, and then you go so much harder.
Well, it just you try to keep pace with them.
It's such a better feeling than feeling like you're at the top.
You never want to feel that way.
No, I know.
That feeling of like someone's like you need to chase someone and someone's chasing you is what keeps you moving. If you are constantly just being chased by people, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere. That's not going to keep you up at night. It's not going to get me in the gym. Like, who cares about me getting strong? I'm already strong.
You're
know
strong
what I
as
mean?
fuck. You're
So it's
stronger
like-
than me.
So
You're like twice as
what's
strong
the
as I am.
motivation, right?
How much can you bench? 250, right?
Around there, yeah.
1 rep max. What about squat?
425 last week or 2 weeks ago when I did it.
Deadlift?
501.
Okay.
But I got a 490 at this last competition.
You're a
It
girl,
sucks.
though. That's like
I am
an
a
incredible.
full-grown woman.
You're a very
Excuse me
feminine
very
girl,
much.
too. You're like very, very girly and stuff. So you're pulling a lot
I
of
am
weight.
a feminine woman, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
definitely.
so are all my friends. Like a lot of my friends are the same way, and that's. I think we're breaking a lot of those stereotypes because there's a shitload of us right now that are out. And have been out lifting in the Instagram world in that space and lifting a ton of weight in full makeup and pretty hair and act the same way out of the gym as they do inside the gym. And I think it's really good for young women especially and dudes to see us out there, like not to get, because we used to have the really bad impression, if you were a girl that lifted weights, then you're probably like, whatever. You're like, you look a
Well,
certain
that's
way.
why she doesn't want to do powerlifting because
that why
she
you
was
keep looking at her?
worried. Well, she was worried like if I start doing powerlifting, am I going to get all big? I mean, she doesn't want big traps or big muscles or whatever.
I hear you. Yeah, and that's one thing like I'm not offended by anymore. Like, or I don't think I ever have been, but people have told me that a lot in the past few years. Like, I appreciate and admire what you're doing, but like I don't want to look like that, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But I have powerlifting friends that are. I mean, here's the deal: you're gonna lift heavy. You're going to get bigger at some point. Now, how you get bigger depends on a few things. Your genetics, what type of accessory lifts you're doing. It's not all just like everybody looks exactly the same.
And you have to train so hard to get to that point. It's not like it's just going to happen.
Well, thank you. That's like the biggest point.
People are like, oh, if I start lifting, it's like, bitch, you better be lifting every day, 2 times a day for years.
Lucky. I mean, it took me years to look like I even lifted at all. When I was back in San Francisco, I had a trainer. I was dieting, probably not dieting right. I was probably under eating. which is why I didn't look like I lifted. But like, regardless, it took me so long to even have someone on the street say like, "Oh wow, you lift." I can tell you. I don't remember the first time I heard it, but when I did, I remember how excited I was.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
The traps, I think, is a dead giveaway because traps are not something that you grow. It's something that you have to work for in a way. I mean, traps don't just grow on their own.
No, and it's super genetic too.
Yeah, that must be.
Yeah, like
I've always wanted big traps, but I've never. You know, that's how I had my fucking injury. I was shrugging big, trying to get the big traps, and then freaking I fucking woke up in the middle of the night and my everything. This was tight, and I pinched like a nerve that ran through here into the serratus anterior, and I had wing scapula. So basically, my scapula would pop. I couldn't lift my arm over my head, just the weight of my arm.
Yep, that's a really common one.
I went to try to bench. I'd go push hard, and then my scapula would drop out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I hate to say it, I don't really do a lot of shrugs, and I've never really done a lot of shrugs. But I was telling you earlier, like I did do a little bit of Olympic lifting for a couple years, and I did see like my traps exploded because you have to shrug or at least do like a high pull, which is a shrugging motion, but it's super genetic. Every time I go anywhere with my dad, I was just with my dad the other day at a Dodger game. No, he's skinny. He's super skinny Japanese.
He's Japanese?
Guy.
I love Japanese, man. I'm telling you, I love the culture. I love the food. I was watching this movie, The Informant, last night. There was a group of Japanese businessmen. I'm sitting there going, I fucking love the Japanese.
Oh, I mean, you're going to be so disappointed. My dad's like so not that Japanese. He's more like a Mexican-American guy.
I want to see a picture of him fresh off the boat, just came here.
Wow.
Black and white. You got that one, don't you?
You're sick.
No?
My dad is second generation.
Oh, second gen, huh? I like the first gen.
He just said fresh off the boat to an Asian American bro. All right. So
well, I mean, you come off a boat, right?
I mean, not in the last like 60 years.
I'm talking about like the.
Yeah, we use planes.
I just say
now.
that because I've seen a few photos on Instagram where people are like, "My dad migrated
but I'm not
from
like
here."
80 years old. Maybe if I was 80, my dad would have came on a boat.
Maybe from Japan, but a lot of people still have migrated over not too long ago. I don't know, maybe 60 years ago.
Yeah, like 60 years ago. My dad.
Which you could have a dad.
My dad was like 4.
Oh. 60 years ago?
That's my dad. Yesterday. He's just a
nice. He's a mustache guy.
Yeah.
You look like a total girly girl out there, the big old ponytail and stuff at the game. You said you were like masculine or something.
Well, I have a masculine energy. I think whenever you lift a lot,
I don't think you do.
Well, you haven't seen me like
coach maybe.
No, I
lift
think
hard.
I think when I lift, like when I'm powerlifting, when I'm being serious,
you're one of the girliest girls I've ever met.
Well, thanks, but I do a lot of like grunting in the gym, and I think like whenever you lift as much as a man anyway, you just give off a masculine energy. That's maybe more how it's perceived than it's, than I'm giving it out. But for sure, I do a lot of grunting.
If I just looked at you on Instagram, yeah, you have a masculine thing because you're throwing weights down.
Yeah.
That. But I mean, those are all for the pictures.
Exactly.
You're
like, I
catching me pulling the weight. It's like what you expect.
I think that's where people get that impression is online, not like in person as much.
Not in person. Like, if anyone were to even talk to you on the phone, like, I'd be like, oh, it's like some girly girl.
Like some teeny little girl. Yeah. And I come in there and just be like, booyah.
Uh-huh. What was the other one again? Japanese and?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rico.
Here we go. He's going to talk some shit about Puerto Rico. Oh,
Is that bad to
Where's
say
the questions? Where's the questions?
I burned through them all. I used my favorite one because we're gonna keep this a short podcast, because I don't want to waste your time or anything like that. I'm wasting your time.
No, you're not wasting my time at all.
No, we're good. We're right on point. I asked my favorite question. Basically, it was, what would you do if you had $300 million in the bank?
That is a hard question for someone like me.
But it's the most beautiful thing that I think about personally. That's why I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to be rich. I chase it so hard.
That's something I think I need to get better at. I need to get better at being money motivated.
You need to know. That's why I didn't say it like for the money, but for the dream. So I ask you, what would you do if you had $3 million? You don't have to be money motivated. You have the money. So what's the dream now? Yeah. My dream is to not give a fuck. Like I said, I get really amped on not giving a fuck, doing whatever, getting in my helicopter, buy an island, poop on it, come back just for fun, just for the gram. You know what I'm saying?
I think, and that's the type of people that become more successful, are the people that's their goal, like the Elon Musks of the world. You know what I mean? I just want to help people.
Yeah.
That's really what I want to do.
Well, then that's the dream.
Yeah, that's my dream. I want to be able to like help people. on a bigger scale.
How do you do that?
That's the thing. Like, I want to help. Talking shit about Puerto Rico. I want to go back to Puerto Rico and help them clean up after the hurricane. And like, I would love to put better infrastructure and electricity and education in Puerto Rico. I'd like to like help the underserved population here in LA and teach them how to power lift and maybe like use fitness and lifting. You know, like I got a buddy here in LA, Derek. He's a Olympic weightlifter. Amazing guy, holds like American records, stuff like that. He opened a small weightlifting gym in South Central, not far from my house, and it's exclusively like open, free for any kid in the LAUSD school district.
Really?
So he teaches weightlifting to these kids, which
You want to do
weightlifting is
something
just-
like that?
Yeah, I would love to do stuff like that. You know, I mean, it's just lifting, but it could potentially save kids from going down a path like the one I went on. And you know, I'm super lucky that I was able to like change my patterns like really quick. By the time I was 18, I was already kind of over it.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yeah. Plenty
How
of
many
times.
times?
Plenty of times.
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
5?
Yes.
5? 6?
I mean, between 5 and 10. But like, you know, I was running with a bunch of like troublemakers in LA, and I was going to like punk shows. But back in like the 90s and early 2000s, punk and being in like gang related, like sort of play, you know, it's the same thing. It was like the same thing. So like we would roll to like backyard parties in East LA or like South Central, Hollywood, and we just end up getting in trouble. So you end up getting busted by the cops, and you guys are all underage drinking and taking drugs, and so like
Always
stuff
up
like
to
that.
no good.
Yeah, I've even been arrested at school. God, so
Really?
lame.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
So
been arrested
lame.
twice.
Can you believe it that these kids aren't getting arrested for marijuana? And I actually went to jail for marijuana
Wow.
like numerous times. Yeah.
I never went to. Yep, got some marijuana in
And now
here
we're just
today.
out here just smoking on a podcast.
Yep, sure.
Just
You
out
fire.
here.
Yeah, enjoy all you
They have all
want.
these little contraptions.
Oh my goodness, I
You
love
just-
the vape.
You can go to the bathroom when you're in school, in high school, and just like fucking.
I love the vape so much right there. It keeps your lungs fresh too. When you smoke too much, you get a little raspy. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
A little raspy.
I smoke a pipe. I don't like papers.
Yeah. I like a little flower every once in a while though. It's
I like
good just
flower.
to. That one's a little harsh.
This
too,
was
huh?
harsh.
I have
you
a
guys.
custom
I
one.
am not a baby.
I have a custom one I'm working on. That is it's 1 to 1 to 0.5. It's CBD, THC, and CBG.
All right.
Oh my thing died. Oh, but I'll wrap it up right now. We're about to wrap this up.
I'm
with my
dying. Yes.
Water right there. Yeah, then we'll wrap it up and
Food.
we'll eat. Here will be my final question. On your deathbed,
Yes.
what would you say as you're leaving? You're taking your last breath. What do you say to the world as you leave? Your parting words. Advice do you want to give? Do you want to say fuck the world? What do you want to say as you're dying, you know? You're dying, right? On your deathbed, some people are around you. You're dying. What do you say? To the world specifically. Say you have an audience of
I was like, how many people are next to me?
100
when I'm
million
dying?
people.
Like nobody's.
You're gonna
Am I
talk-
streaming my death?
You're streaming to 100.
Sick, dude. You should stream your death.
You're streaming your death. 100 million people listening. What do you say?
Well, you could just go really cryptic and just right in your last breath be like, "It was me," and then just die.
I like that one.
But I would also, I don't know. I think that would be the best way to do it because there's nothing you're gonna say when you're dying. Like people give a fuck about you dying while you. That's it. That's like the day. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck like a week later after you're dead. But I mean, I would definitely shout out. You know, like fucking racism sucks.
Tupac coming for you.
Yeah, like Black Lives Matter. You know, like something, like anything. Just like maybe someone would take it more seriously because I'm dying, but nobody would. So I would just go like, I did it, and just fucking leave.
I like that one. Here's one I've heard that is,
Damn.
I forget who said this originally, but it's been whispered for like a couple entrepreneurs that I follow have said this before as like a final interview question. Most notably from Elon Musk, who I follow just a lot. On your deathbed, what would you say? He said, just try to be a little kinder.
Yeah, it's great.
And at the time, I remember it so vividly because at the time I heard that and I was like, bro, what the fuck kind of answer is that? Be a little kinder, man. You got to come at us with a little more fire than that. But I've thought about it a lot, and that's a really, really good statement because the problem with like the human condition just as a whole, if you really think about it, is people just need to get along a little bit more.
For
that
sure.
would help a lot. Like, you hear people gossiping, talking shit all the time. Like, what the fuck? Everyone just try to be a little nicer to each other. And if that was just, like, the one impact that was, like, spread across the world, I think that would be a good one.
Definitely.
I like it. And, I mean, you could only, as you're dying, like you said, no one's going to give a fuck for the most part. So
Yeah.
try to be a little kinder. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Be nice.
All right. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And
Thanks
we're
for the weed.
absolutely anytime. And we're out.